Candace Owens has started a multi-part series called The Bride of Charlie to try to investigate Erika Kirk and any possible involvement that she might have in the passing of her husband. Let's get into it. Before we go further, my name is Casey, and I have been a husband, a father, and a therapist for more than a decade, and I created this channel with the express interest of promoting a future of faith, fatherhood, and freedom in America. If you can stand behind that, please like on the way in. I'd love to earn your subscription, although every time that we talk about Candace, I seem to lose subscribers. We're still in it. Let's get into exactly what was said and this new marketing for the Erika Kirk series.
My great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erika, is with us tonight. Erika, please stand. Thank you, Erika. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
So as you know, I am a supporter of TPUSA, at least financially, and I give a little bit here and there every month to try to promote what they're able to do on the activist side, the advocacy side for winning elections for the Republican Party. Now, I have a lot of criticism for the Republican Party and actually some for TPUSA. However, it is the best vehicle that I have found to try to promote the type of future I want for my children in America. So I continue to support them. And Candace, in the beginning, had some reasonable and rational questions about what was going on behind the scenes in the passing of Charlie Kirk, and I think that it's right and reasonable to question those things. However, the new series that she has just marketed for, called The Bride of Charlie, clearly trying to make Erika Kirk analogous to The Bride of Stuckey, which I guess is a reference to like a 1990s movie. Us Zennials might find that interesting or noteworthy. However, I just think that a widow and the children of Charlie deserve so much better than this, and I apparently am not standing alone in that, as it seems a great many of people in conservative media have begun to stand up and to speak out about this. Let's get into exactly who's talking about it, and let's watch first the trailer for the new series.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
That young man, I forgive him.
Take your time.
Erika Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited.
Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Maybe my audience could correct me if I'm wrong here, but my understanding is that all of the points that are brought forward in the trailer were things that have already been covered on her channel. Now, I'm not exactly sure about that, but I do think that it would have been more noteworthy if something new was coming to light, but there is only so much information that you can deal with apart from a criminal case that is actively going on for Tyler Robinson and his involvement, so perhaps there just wasn't that much more additional information to add, although we've gone all the way from Israel being involved to Egyptians and lots of other claims in between. I think it's time probably that Candace put this to rest, because there is investigative work that would be valuable to the conservative movement, even though she says that she does not have any concern whether they lose elections or not. And I do think she has some reasonable criticisms for people like Trump and for, just Republicans and conservatives in general. But let's point that energy and that feistiness towards something that could be useful. But let's roll through a little bit of who exactly is speaking out against Candace at this time. Now, we know that Ben Shapiro has been always and forever a critic since she left the Daily Wire. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is going out, so I just want to let other people speak on what they think about what Candace is doing. And first, we of course have to go to Ben Shapiro, who I've heard that there's been some Israeli dollars that are going out for people who are criticizing Candace, so I'm not exactly on the bag with them, but if somebody wants to hand me a check, I'll just let Ben Shapiro do the talking for me.
Of human debris, Candace Owens has released a trailer for her new series attacking Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. She has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing. She is a conspiratorial, evil person because that's who would do something like this. Where are Charlie's friends? When the signs are there for years on end and people say nothing, and people continue to say nothing today, that's cowardice. And for all the people who are watching Candace stitch together a bunch of specious nonsense because they like the gossip of it, please have some more respect for yourself than that, because what she's doing is evil. And when you watch her show, she gets paid to do that evil. She is making money off the murder of Charlie Kirk by literally implicating his widow and everyone else at TPUSA in that murder, and then trying to dig up pseudo dirt on the wife of the person who was murdered. I don't know what to call that other than evil trash.
Secondly, and on his show recently, Dan Bongino, after leaving the FBI director and returning to the limelight behind the microphone, he had this to say, and he's most obviously pointed in Candace's direction.
In your house, and you find out from Twitter or, I don't know, a text or a phone call or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got a bunch of absolute lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Comments, tweets.
Of course, in a very public way, Tim Pool has spoken out against what he sees Candace doing to the Republican voting bloc and how that might actually lead to some future electoral problems. Watch this.
And she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you told me? She has no security. She doesn't deal with the we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. It's all lies. It's all hypocrisy. And it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And
Jeremy Hambley of The Quartering also followed in the footsteps of Tim and begin to speak out. And he also is a low-key Turning Point USA supporter, much as I am. And he had this to say about what Candace is doing.
Go max, this dumb term she made up. If what she's doing now isn't going max, I don't know what is. But she is absolutely begging for a lawsuit. And now the internet's starting to turn on her as she's decided she wants to go after Charlie Kirk's kids. And she also accidentally revealed she probably has no idea what it's like to be a parent.
Potentially the most outspoken of all of these critics is Graham Allen, who has been taking to task Candace from the beginning because he has like an abiding friendship with Erika Kirk and previously Charlie Kirk. Watch a little bit about what Graham Allen has had to say.
In a line with my friend's widow. And maybe you're the type of person that you will allow a friend of yours, their widow, if they were to pass away, maybe you're the type of person that will not protect that widow. Maybe you're the type of person who would just move on. I'm not. I am not getting to heaven in the pearly gates and Jesus look at me and go, why didn't you stand up there? Not happening. Not happening to me. Another thing I want to say to all of you friends of Charlie out there that have microphones just like I have, that came up with Charlie.
And then lastly, on his show today, Michael Knowles said that he disagrees with Candace, but he also would disagree with everyone giving her attention because that sort of propels her messaging more and more into the spotlight as she's clipped, shared, and criticized by everyone else. And I take the point well taken. I really don't intend to speak about this at any point. It has happened a few times and nobody cares what I have to say, but since the special that's comparing Erika Kirk to the Bride of Chucky is coming out, I decided to speak out again, or just cover it again. And here's a little bit about what Michael Noyes is cautioning of the people who might be covering this drama.
I think Erika is a national hero. I think she deserves our immense support and sympathy. So obviously I disagree with Candace on that, and some other people. I am hopeful that Candace and others will be persuaded that, okay, actually maybe Michael and some others are right here, and Erika's the victim. And
overall, the truth matters, and if we can set our targets on living the life that is most in the light, the one that is most truthful, will have the best outcomes. And I have no idea, honestly, whether it were Tyler Robinson and his Antifa cohort that has to do with the Charlie Kirk assassination, or if it is some other ridiculous, radical, conspiratorial entity that has to do with it, like Israel or one of these other potential ones that Candace has brought up. But I believe the truth is important, and if any parties, including the FBI and the people who are prosecuting Tyler Robinson right now, get to the truth, I believe that is going to be a good outcome, and I would like to put Charlie to rest, and especially if Erika has nothing to do with it, I would like to let the widow rest. If you would like to try to build with me a future of encouragement for young men to try to follow the truth and the highest ideal possible in modern times, I would love your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you hopefully with a full voice at a later time.